Hello, I'm Jovan Johnson with the IMF Tracker. This week, Education Ministry moving to implement IMF requirements. Private sector doubts success of Jamaica's program. Jamaica meets deadline for submission of fiscal rule policy. These stories in a moment, but first, our question of the week. What is a fiscal policy? Stay tuned to the answer coming up at the end of the program. Under International Monetary Fund IMF dictates, the Education Ministry is moving fast to address the overstaffing in the system. The exercise could affect more than 1,000 teachers in 444 schools across Jamaica. Under the deal, Jamaica is to rebalance student-teacher ratios in schools, restructure scholarship programs, and institute greater cost recovery at the tertiary level. There is also a mandatory requirement for teachers to retire at the normal age. The government is also to freeze the hiring of new teachers in overstaffed schools. Reports have surfaced through the Economic Program Oversight Committee that sections of the private sector believe the current deal could fail. The committee was established by the government to oversee Jamaica's loan program and ensure that IMF targets are met. The failed deal under the previous Jamaica Labour Party administration and the current economic challenges were singled out as reasons for the doubts. The committee's remarks followed a meeting last week to consider the performance of key economic indicators for July. Jamaica has met the August 31 deadline to submit a proposal for the design of a fiscal rule to the IMF. The design of a fiscal rule is among the main structural reforms agreed in the four-year loan program. The fiscal rule is to be adopted and incorporated in the annual budgets starting with the upcoming 2014-15 fiscal year. Going forward, the annual budget should be guided by the new fiscal rule, which is expected to imply a pace of debt reduction in line with current projections. And to end our program this week, the answer to this week's question. A fiscal policy refers to a government's program that deals with the purchase of goods and services, spending on transfer payments, and the amount and type of taxes. And that's where we end our trek this week on the IMF Tracker. I'm Jovan Johnson.